Well, welcome Cecile, it's great to have you here.
I'm pleased, thank you.
So we're happy to have you here because you have such an incredible background as an entrepreneur, as many other things you've done internationally. Could you just brief up a little bit about this?
Yeah, actually I was not an entrepreneur, I was a lawyer. And I was a lawyer in South Korea when I discovered the Japanese toilets, Toto, famous toilets. And I was impressed about how high-tech and innovative they are. And I thought that it was worth investing and innovating in the toilets, since we are spending an average of 3 years on our life on the toilets. So that's how I came with the idea of making toilets. But then I waited for 10 years to start my project. And I decided to quit the legal field and stop being a lawyer to become an entrepreneur.
So that's a very interesting topic, because when you talk of toilets or these kind of technologies, usually people tend to laugh or not take it seriously, but this is changing a lot because of the current situation, sanitary situations in many countries. Could you tell us a little more about the solution you provide and why it's important now for a sustainable world?
It's very important on two perspectives. You have two issues, I will say two major issues. You have the developed countries where we have started, and in developed countries I thought I won't be doing anything, but I was surprised because actually there is a strong will to save water, because we are wasting billions of liters and cubic meter of water flushing the toilets, treated water, just treated because it's our habit. And for example, a city like Paris, not only they have decided to recycle the excrements to save the water, but also there are some places in Paris where you cannot have sewer toilets along the river, the Seine River for example. They cannot connect the toilets, so they need our non-sewered public toilets. But so there are the developed countries, and there are the emerging countries where they do not have the choice. They do not have water, they do not have sewerage, so they have no solutions. The only solution for them is dry toilets, but they don't want dry toilets because dry toilets are not adapted for urban area, and there is a strong urbanization in Africa, for example, and there is no solution. So the UN said there are more than 2 billion of people without sanitation, without proper sanitation, killing millions of thousands of children every year because of the contamination, the bacteria, and you have pollution. So it's not only a matter of sustainability because we are saving water, but it's also a matter of hygiene, of health, and of social impact.
What is very interesting in this product is that it's both innovative and it still relates to something that we do every day, and that goes into everybody's intimate life. So you're basically leading people to change their habits a little bit. Is that how we have to understand the way you offer a new product on this field?
Actually, not really, because it's flush toilets. So you don't have to change your habits so much. What I'm trying to change is the conception of toilets, to see that toilets is something worth innovating and worth designing in order for people to use them. So it's rather an innovation of habits regarding the design, how we will build the toilets, and explain people what can be done, and show people what can be done with toilets, rather than an innovation in terms of using the toilets. And again, because we thanks to our technology, we are producing water from the urine. So we will use, it's a closed water circuit. We convert all the excrements into resources, and we convert the urine into treated water that we will use in a closed water circuit for flushing.
So that's both, that's actually, as you said, actually it's not totally a new technology, it's a new way of using it basically. And
it's a new technology, it's an innovative technology. Okay. It's the first one in the world recycling all the excrements on site. So it's really an innovation in terms of technology, but the people using the toilets won't see it if we do not explain that there is a true innovative technology behind that, but it's hidden. But it's rather I would say after the toilet where you have to wash the hands, when you want to wash your hands, that we will think about innovation in usage.
That's very interesting as well, because there's a lot of design behind that. I mean, thinking of the product itself, the recycling. And you come from Saint-Étienne, so do I. So Saint-Étienne is a city in southern France, for people who don't know exactly where it is. It's actually a UNESCO city. So could you tell us about your environment there and how you actually could develop WeCo in Saint-Étienne in collaboration with local authorities?
That's the reason why I chose to start WeCo in Saint-Étienne, because Saint-Étienne is the only French UNESCO city of design. And I started in the city of design, and we still have office in the city of design. We are surrounded by designers. I think we are probably the only one not being directly into the design. But Saint-Étienne is a very interesting city because it's a changing city. So like every change, it's a risk, but it's also a lot of opportunity as long as you know how to seize them. So that's how I see Saint-Étienne. I think there is a strong will of changing the thing, especially from the mayor, who is supporting us a lot from the very beginning, because he gave us the opportunity to start our prototype and exhibition in the Biennale 2017, and we will do the exercise again next year for the Biennale in 2019, where we are going to redesign with a local company named Griffon the whole toilet system that we have installed. So Saint-Étienne was the first city offering the designer networks, plus offering the opportunity to exhibit our prototype, plus first city to buy our system. They have bought our system. So I think there is this strong ambition, more and more, in Saint-Étienne, a city that has to reinvent itself, and it's quite successful. So I trust Saint-Étienne is a good place to start this kind of project.
Well, we could not agree more, because you're actually located now in a container that's been developed by Utopia, our organization. That's actually a byproduct of the international community designed by Saint-Étienne and its 5 partner cities around the world, including Katowice here in Poland. So yes, Saint-Étienne has been totally supportive of all the entrepreneurial efforts we've been through as well. So it makes total sense. So what are you doing here actually? You came all the way to see us. We've got this common connection with Saint-Étienne. But we can do more, can't we?
We can, of course, and we will.
Hopefully so, yes, indeed.
Yeah, so Utopia, I was involved again thanks to Saint-Étienne in the international entrepreneur community. And so I heard about it from the very beginning in March. And 1 month ago, another Utopia member from Saint-Étienne told me, oh, we have advanced a lot. And he showed me the project, and I mean, from the very beginning, Utopia and WeCo were thinking about partnering, because we start our toilet system in the container. So from the container that we start the project, and we start discussing, and we are more and more asked to provide non-sewer toilets for living, for small houses. So that's the thing we will develop. For the moment, we are providing public toilets, but eventually we will make the toilets for domestic use, individual use, for autonomous building or houses. So it makes sense, since Utopia project is to make a co-living, co-working space, and they need toilets, and we need this kind of sustainable project, because we are exactly in the same spirit, and you can't find so many projects like that. So it's a great chance, again, an opportunity coming from Saint-Étienne, and since I like to work in such an international environment, it's all I like.
That's wonderful. So people say sometimes the COP24 or the COP conferences are not that quite useful, but it's been very useful for us. Exactly. And it's going to be really a contribution to making the world a better, sustainable place. So thank you so much for coming.
That's my pleasure. Thanks to you.
Thanks a lot.